Maureen Raylette Rebbie Jackson Brown lifestyle and net worth. Maureen Raylette Rebbie Jackson Brown, born on May 29, 1950, is an American singer and the eldest child of the Jackson family of musicians. She first performed on stage with her siblings during shows in Las Vegas, Nevada, at the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino in 1974, before subsequently appearing in the television series, The Jacksons. Her sister, La Toya, was born on her 6th birthday. At age 34, Jackson released her debut album, Centipede, produced in 1984. The album featured songs written by Smokey Robinson, Prince, and Jackson's younger brother, Michael Jackson, whose contribution, the title track, Centipede, became Rebbie's most successful single release. By the end of the 1980s, the singer had released 2 more albums in quick succession, Reaction, produced in 1986, and Are You Tough Enough, produced in 1988. Following a 7-year hiatus in her musical career, Jackson returned with a cover of Forever Young for the Free Willy 2, the Adventure Home soundtrack, before the release of the 1998 album, Yours Faithfully, 3 years later. The production of the album, her last to date, was a collaboration with artists and producers such as Men of Vision's Spanky Williams, Keith Thomas, and Elliot Kennedy. It also featured contributions from her children. In 2011, Rebbie embarked on the Pick Up the Phone tour, which is dedicated to teens from all over the U.S. who have committed suicide. Rebbie Jackson has a net worth of approximately $2.5 million. She is 5 feet 2 inches tall, which is equivalent to 1.57 meters tall. That being said, let's sing. Rebbie Jackson early life. Maureen Raylette Jackson was born at 2300 Jackson Street in Gary, Indiana, from a working-class family on May 29, 1950. She is the first daughter of Joseph Walter Jackson, born on July 26, 1928 and died on June 27, 2018, and Catherine Esther, born on May 4, 1930. To be precise, she is the eldest of their 10 children. Her siblings are Jackie Jackson, Tito Jackson, Jermaine Jackson, La Toya Jackson, Marlon Jackson, Brandon Jackson, who died on March 12, 1957, Michael Jackson, who died on June 25, 2009, Randy Jackson, and Janet Jackson. Her father, Joseph Walter Jackson, was a steel mill employee who often performed in a rhythm and blues band well known as the Falcons, with his brother, Luther. Her mother, Catherine Esther, is a Jehovah's Witness and raised her children to follow the religion. Rebbie, La Toya, and Michael became the most devout of the children as time progressed. Reflecting on her early life, Rebbie acknowledged in a 1980s magazine interview that her role within the family had been that of a second mother to her younger siblings, whom she would often babysit, along with her eldest brother, Jackie. She graduated from Theodore Roosevelt High School in Gary in 1968. Rebbie Jackson personal life. The 18-year-old Rebbie's announcement that she wanted to marry her childhood love, Nathaniel Brown, in November 1968 created division in the Jackson family. Jackson expressed her feelings for the man and proclaimed that she wanted to move with him to Kentucky. Catherine encouraged her daughter to proceed, feeling that being a wife and mother were important roles for all of her daughters. But Joseph opposed the marriage. He wanted Rebbie to follow in her brother's footsteps and become a singer and felt that married life would stop her from becoming a success in the entertainment business. Rebbie had taken clarinet, piano, and dance lessons in her childhood, but had no interest in a music career, even though, according to Jermaine, she had won several singing contests duetting with Jackie. She thought a happy home was more comforting and secure than the instability of show business. She also wanted to leave her family's drama-filled home on Jackson Street and escape her controlling father. Arguments ensued for several weeks before her father relented and allowed Rebbie to marry Brown, but he refused to walk her down the aisle. Rebbie Jackson and Nathaniel Brown had 3 children: Stacy Brown, born on May 5, 1971, Yassie Brown, born on October 5, 1977, and Austin Brown, born on November 22, 1985. Unfortunately, Nathaniel Brown died of cancer on January 6, 2013. Rebbie Jackson early career. Rebbie Jackson began her singing career in 1974, performing with her siblings in Las Vegas. The Vegas shows had initially begun in April, without Rebbie. Due to a sprained ankle, Rebbie's debut was postponed until June. Her 5 brothers were the main draws, with Rebbie, Randy, Janet, and La Toya serving as fillers for the performances. When the Jackson 5 parted with their record label, Motown, in 1976, they signed to CBS Records and rebranded themselves, the Jacksons. Additionally, the brothers were signed to CBS TV to star with their family in a variety series called The Jacksons. The show premiered in June 1976 and featured all of the siblings excluding Jermaine, who had chosen to stay with Motown. The initial series run of the 30-minute programs for 4 weeks. Due to ratings success, more episodes were ordered in January 1977. The show marked the first time that an African-American family had ever starred in a television series. The run of programs concluded shortly afterward. Prior to the series, Rebbie Jackson had thought of her singing as merely a private hobby. Her television experience, as well as an early love of musicals, motivated her to become a professional recording artist, and the show's producer encouraged her to sing. Rebbie Jackson served as a backing vocalist for several musicians around this time, as well as a cabaret singer. She contributed her voice for songs by such artists as The Emotions, Sonny Bono, and Betty Wright, before her second pregnancy stalled her musical career for a short time. Following years of preparation, Jackson's debut album, Centipede, was released in October 1984 by Columbia Records, which had signed her as a solo artist 2 years previously. The album was only released once the singer had ensured that family life was secure, and that she had spent time with her children during their important younger years. Centipede became a moderate chart success, reaching number 13 on Billboard's top R&B/hip hop albums chart, and number 63 on its top 200. Rebbie Jackson and the death of Michael Jackson. Rebbie's brother, Michael Jackson, died on June 25, 2009, after suffering a cardiac arrest. His memorial service was held 12 days later on July 7, and the finale featured group renditions of the Jackson anthems, We Are the World, and Heal the World. The sing-along featured Michael's siblings, including Rebbie, and the late singer's children. Following the service, which was held at Los Angeles' Staples Center, Rebbie, along with her sisters, Janet and La Toya, addressed fans at the nearby LA Live Entertainment Complex, stating, "We are extremely grateful for all the support. We love you all." In the weeks following Michael's death, it was speculated by media sources that Rebbie would be the primary caregiver for her late brother's children, Prince, Paris, and Blanket. It was stated that even if Michael and Rebbie's mother, Catherine, were granted custody of the children, Rebbie would care for the siblings on a day-to-day basis, at the Jackson family's Encino home. Catherine was named their legal guardian in August 2009. In early 2011, Rebbie announced she'd begun recording tracks for a new album, her first in 14 years. She also performed throughout the U.S. with a setlist containing her best-known songs, some of her brother's songs, and some Motown classics. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe to our channel for such interesting content.